Hello, it is me, Pearl from Pearl and the Prayers, and this is Tuned In Tarot, and we are here to take a look at the balance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine energy inside of self, understanding that whatever state we find ourselves in, internally will be reflected back to us externally, and by our environment, our interactions with others. I'm clearing my very distracting um my computer's very distracting right now, so I'm getting rid of all this stuff. Okay, there, now I can focus more. So whatever state the energy is in with inside of us, we will see that reflected back to us in our interactions with others, in our external environment. And if we want to see our experiences shift and change, we do need to make changes within us. The other day, I got a comment on a video that was on TikTok that said it's always the same. And she was talking about the messages from that particular reading that I had done that day. And I said to that commenter, as I say to you now, if you're having an experience where every reading you're seeing is the same and it's been the same for a long time, that's your moment to ask yourself, what have I changed? What have I changed about my routine? What have I changed about my life? What have I changed about how I view the situation with this person, or how I view the outcome with this person? What have I changed? If everything you're seeing is the same, it's just information for you that you have to make some kind of changes in how you behave. And it's as simple as doing a different routine in the morning, going a different route to work, just changing your energy. If you always hop on your phone and scroll through your phone when you first wake up, just make a commitment the night before that when you wake up the next morning, you're going to pull a book from the side of your bed and read 3 pages of the book before you do anything else. Just do something different to change the energy, because what you're seeing is your own energy on repeat. So we are doing the divine tune-in today. This is where we take a look at the masculine energy inside of self and the feminine energy inside of self. This energy that's reflected back to us is really truly our own energy. So when you're listening to the reading, you'll hear things that remind you of the person you might be focused on. But ultimately, you want to ask yourself, how do I do this in my life? For instance, the example I often use, if somebody says, well, I don't cheat, but my person cheated on me. Then you have to ask yourself, okay, well, how do I cheat on myself? How do I take my focus off of myself, my commitment to myself, and give it to something that is shallow and unfulfilling and unrewarding, instead of constantly showing time, attention, and energy and love toward myself? So that's how you try to weigh out this information. All right, we are going to start today with the feminine energy. So this is the energy of the emotions, feelings. It is the softer, receptive energy. It does not have anything to do with gender. And your person should have feminine energy as well as masculine energy. Otherwise, they're very imbalanced, and that's probably why your relationship isn't good. Okay, so top of the deck, overall headspace for divine feminine today. We have the 7 of Cups. This is all about options, opportunities. It's about different fantasies, our imagination, having a hard time finding a clear path, being a little bit confused. And then it's coming up with the Death card. So I'm immediately getting a sense of confusion that's sort of like, is it over? Is the one path that I was on, is that not the path for me anymore? Is it truly ended? I've had disease. Excuse me. Sorry. So this asking, this dream or this fantasy, or all these fantasies, all these opportunities that I had, is this over for me? Is there something else that's going to arise? And I'm confused about this ending. It's an unclear ending. I didn't really get a sense of closure from what just happened or what is happening. And also this feeling of I want this confusion and this lack of clarity to be over. I'm sick of grasping at straws. I'm seeing all of those tentacles grasping at these cups. So I'm sick of grasping at all these different things, and nothing's really sticking and nothing's really working. And I really want this to end. I want transformation. I want the rebirth of my dreams. I want to finally see some opportunities or some options come through for me because I'm really not seeing anything. And I'm going to do the thing where I go back and forth between masculine and feminine energy. So after having taken a look at what's overall on the feminine's mind, now let's look and see what is overall on the masculine's mind. And in the heart space, we have the Nine of Wands in the head space from the Cosmic Tarot and the World card in reverse. So this is like divine feminine being like, is it over? And the masculine being like, it's not over, because the World card is upside down. But also there's a lot of chaos and like all of the pieces falling into place. It hasn't happened yet, but it feels like it might happen because we're at this 9 and we're waiting for this 10 for this completion to happen. The Nine of Wands is this isolation. It's this energy of healing. It's being tired and being exhausted. And the masculine is just feeling like really kind of sick of his world being upside down. And just, you know, I feel that he's probably kind of been isolated for a while, been licking his wounds, maybe feeling like a victim of his circumstances or the world or whatever it is, and just kind of like over it, you know, really wanting to move somewhere else into something else. So both of them coming through today with this sense of like, you know, divine feminine over here with being like, are all my dreams and fantasies just completely dead? Like, I just want this confusion to end. And the masculine being like, I'm so exhausted by everything being constantly in chaos and just feeling like it's always like another fire to put out or just so much upheaval in my life. And I just want to get to that 10 of Wands and like put it all down and like share everything and not be just alone and focusing on healing all the time. It's annoying. Underlying the divine feminine's thoughts and decisions, we have here the Ace of Swords in the headspace. This is the Disney Villains Tarot, by the way, and the Page of Wands, the Ostara Tarot deck together. And so I'm getting a sense her headspace is a little in the dark right now. She's a little bit, maybe there's a little bit of pessimism or heaviness or darkness too. I don't think it's overwhelming her, because then the heart is kind of light. So the heart is feeling like she's interpreting the messages from the head. She's tuning into her heart, and she's not letting it, like, the disappointment or the things not panning out, like, affect how she feels. Even if her thoughts might be a little bit like, well, shit, her heart is like, it's okay. Like, so that's kind of the energy I'm getting from her today. But in the headspace, we have the Ace of Swords, and in the heart space, this Page of Wands. And so there is this new or fresh energy. So really wanting to see a different future, that clarity that she really needs with this Seven of Cups offering all this confusion. She wants clarity. She wants to know what new direction to go in. Death card and new life from the Page of Wands makes a lot of sense. She's like, okay, I had a dream of my future. It's clear that's not really what is going to happen for me. So I'm starting to think about new options, new opportunities, new adventures. You know, I was just saying to my sister today, actually both of my sisters, my witchy sister and my actual biological sister, but I was saying that like within 5 years, I want to relocate to Tangier. It's always been a place that I have wanted to go. I want to get out of the United States. I'm fascinated with Morocco. I always have been. And so it's like, I don't have a relationship tying me down right now. My son is going to graduate from high school in a year. He already has a job in his field. He's doing auto mechanics and he's already starting that job. I feel like in a couple of years, he's just going to be starting to do his own thing. And I want to go on a new adventure. I have already lived out on the West Coast for 10 years. I've lived on the East Coast, up and down the East Coast. And I'm kind of ready to just go to a new country. So I'm imagining now going to Morocco and living in Tangier and having to have a lot easier life in terms of the financial burden, and being in a beautiful place, an inspiring place, a place where artists have gone, and getting to write and do the work that I do remotely, but from just this beautiful location. And I'm kind of excited and interested in that adventure. But I've left some of the dreams that I used to have behind, because I always pictured that I would be my person and I would probably live on the West Coast and maybe be, you know, we'd travel a lot. In my mind, we would travel anyway, but I'd probably be based there. And like, that's all gone for me. That's just not an option anymore. That person has not offered anything to me. So I don't have that option. So I can't just sit here and like keep imagining that that's gonna work out and then never ever live my life. It's like, okay, well, I need to dream new things, and it can't include this other person anymore. So what does my life look like if it's just me and I get to go anywhere and do anything? And I immediately was like, Tangier, like that's where I would go, like all drugs are legal there. The food is incredible. Like you're right across from the Bay of Gibraltar. You can go to Spain and Portugal in a day. You can go to all the different countries in Europe. Like it's close to Italy where my family's originally from. So it seems like a cool place. So like I'm starting to think about those new places that I could go and people I could see and meet. And that's kind of what the Divine Feminine is doing. She's like, if this confusion with this person is not going to end, I'm just going to imagine something new because I'm sick of, this. I'm seeing people say, go and enjoy yourself. I've been feeling this brewing of change. Yes, definitely. So the feminine side is like, okay, this old way of being is not an option anymore. I need to see the future differently. I need to be more adventurous. I need to do something differently. The masculine underlying thoughts and decisions. We have the King of Cups and the Knight of Wands. Same shit, different day. King of Cups, great guy, and I use guy loosely, great person, super emotionally unavailable, just doesn't express feelings. And the Knight of Wands energy is like a love bombing. I just want to sweep feminine off of her feet and, throw caution to the wind and go after this and just express all my deeply held feelings. But there's no consistency there. There's no, there's just not this, it's a kid on a bike with a plunger, it's not that grown-ass energy that the masculine would actually need to accomplish anything. And that's why his life is all turned upside down, because rather than really master these deep feelings, he just gets carried away with them and doesn't really have a plan or strategy or a way of handling the feelings. And because of this, he keeps finding himself alone. He doesn't have any partnership because he can't show up for himself, much less anyone else. And he's still struggling with that. That's what the recovery is about with that Nine of Wands energy. So what's the first thing on Divine Feminine's mind? We have the Knight of Cups. So this is the energy of, this is what she's carrying in from the past. And we're seeing Gaston here from Beauty and the Beast, who's like all bravado, and not actually anything that Belle really wants. She's like, I don't just want somebody who's, just kind of like wishy-washy, like, not that Gaston is, but that's what the Knight of Cups energy is. The Knight of Cups is an energy of somebody who feels love, but, doesn't have the consistency that like the Knight of Pentacles has, or the truth-telling abilities that the Knight of Swords has. He can navigate his emotions okay. He goes up and down, though, and is often at the mercy of his feelings. And whereas the King of Cups is not at the mercy of his feelings, he just has them under control. But having them under control means that he doesn't express them. Instead of having them under command, which is what the Emperor would have, or the the King of Swords, who is able to detach from his emotions as needed, but they don't control him. The King of Cups energy is like, I control my emotions, so that they don't overwhelm me or overtake me or cause conflict in any way. So Divine Feminine has just been waiting for this masculine to come and express his love, and he just doesn't kind of do anything except for this wishy-washy stuff. In the heart space, she feels connected, this High Priestess energy. She feels connection with the divine, connection with the masculine energy, but it's within, it's not external. And she's tired of like the masculine energy that shows up in her life not being deeply connected with her, resisting that deep connection, fearing that deep connection. And I do think she has been intuiting that the masculine does want to show up and impress her with his feelings. But like Gaston, it's relatively shallow. It's more about how he appears or how he looks than it is about, the high priestess energy. In the current energy we have for the actually wait, let's wait a second. Let's go back to the masculine and see what he's been struggling with in the energy of the past. We have the Nine of Swords and the Justice card. So here is somebody who is very afraid of receiving exactly what he put out. Okay. This has to be one of the greatest cards in terms of the Housewives Tarot that I've ever seen. That, like mommy giving the punishment to the child is just beyond me. But justice is about receiving what you're due. The scales are balanced in some way, and now you're going to get what you gave. And the masculine is afraid of that. He's afraid that the divine feminine is going to do unto him as he did unto her, or administer his punishment for having caused her pain and anxiety and fear and confusion. And he's just really afraid of it. He's really afraid for that other shoe to drop. He knows that his anxiety has kept him from coming forward. When he did come forward before, it was with this controlling energy and the Knight of Wands, very, just hot and cold. And the world that he was dreaming of is now upside down because of it. And so he's just been really afraid to face his justice, to apologize for the torture that he's put both of them through. He's just been really afraid of it. In the current energy for the feminine, we are seeing the Two of Coins and the Fool card. So divine feminine right now kind of feeling, like she tossed back and forth on this by the masculine, like up and down and up and down and back and forth, doing this dance and really wanting to make a change. That's that energy of change. You're welcome. So she's really, like we were seeing in her, underlying all of her thoughts and decisions, that she wanted to just imagine something new, dream something new, go after something new and exciting. We see this current energy is really forcing her to do that because she cannot remain in that place where, it's just going to keep going back and forth, this endless loop, this lemniscate, right? The infinity loop forever. It's like, no, I can't do that. I need to change. I need to go in a new direction. I need a new beginning. I need a fresh start. I can't continue to just sit here in this place of indecision with you anymore. So I gotta go, buddy. I gotta hop on my broom and fly away here. The masculine energy and the current energy, we have the Hermit card and the Two of Swords. So all alone, masculine energy, all alone. And the Two of Swords is unwilling to make a decision. So he doesn't want to make a choice because he's afraid of that justice that he thinks he's going to receive, or fears that's going to be negative, because he has this negative perception of himself and how he's behaved towards the feminine. He doesn't have the ability to believe that the karma that would happen between them would be good. He doesn't really feel that he deserves for the divine feminine to just, forgive him, embrace him, and be with him. He feels like he deserves to be by himself alone, that he's done these things to cause the feminine to not look in his direction anymore, to have gone within and just surrendered to the inertia of the standstill. And, he doesn't like the way he feels being all alone right now in this energy, but he's an avoidant. So he's just avoiding making a choice or a decision. Whereas the feminine is ready to make a decision in her mind and feels it's time for something new. The divine masculine in his mind thinks that, he's, even though he wishes he could leave this energy of the hermit, he's stuck in that energy because of not wanting to make a choice in regards to the feminine. Oh god, that makes me feel exhausted. Okay, so where is this going for the feminine? We see the page of coins and the eight of coins. So divine feminine is going to put in the work to be able to make the change that she wants to make. She feels like she's got to probably save some material wealth, or just kind of maybe do things one step at a time. But she's going to apply the wisdom that she's gained and really make something very beautiful of her life. She's got an earnestness here with this pentacle. She's ready to take that seed and see what it turns into. And she's in a good place to start something new, and she's happy with the work she's doing, or that's the next step for her. She's like, okay, I'm kind of taking my focus off of relationship right now. I'm very focused more in the material here with these coins energy. I was waiting around for the Knight of Cups. I learned a lot in my High Priestess energy. I gained a lot of wisdom as I observed this masculine's, wishy-washy behavior, and I realized that I don't want that, and I want something different in the material world. And if the masculine isn't capable right now, then that's okay. I'm just going to focus on my own stuff. Like, maybe those fantasies I had are gone now, and I'm just kind of coming to terms with that. But I don't see resentment here. I don't see anger here. I just see kind of a practicality that the feminine has. That's just more like, hi, Luna. That's just more like, I know what I need to do. Luna, you're definitely going to want to go back and watch the YouTube reading after this based on your experiences that you've been having later. And this reading will be available for those of you that are watching now on TikTok. It will be available on YouTube later after I upload it. But okay, so where's the masculine going? Where's the outcome for the masculine? Well, there's the King of Swords and the Five of Wands. So the masculine recognizes in his mind, I have to do something to end this inertia with the feminine. And I guess the only thing that I can do is to tell the truth, directly communicate, and be in my integrity and be honest with her. I have to speak to her. I have to. The only way that I will end this standstill that we've been in is for me to actually just be brave and pick up that sword of truth that the divine feminine was, had here in her headspace, and tell her exactly what's been going on, exactly why things have been blocked, the messes that I've made and had to clean up during this time, the struggle. I need to talk to her about my internal struggle, about bringing her chaos and conflict when what I want to bring her is peace and love. And so I just need to talk to her about it. I can't let this go unspoken anymore. So, really, if the masculine can follow through with that thought to communicate to divine feminine about what he is really struggling with, then the feminine is in a space where she is, willing to work on the situation with him. However, I see her as being just sort of determined in her own right to go in the direction she needs to go in, which is a new direction. And it doesn't mean that she wouldn't be with the, person that you're associating this masculine energy with, or something. Like, you're going to be like, well, I'm going here and I don't have time for you anymore. But just be like, okay, that's cool. I understand your struggle. I'm not struggling anymore. I know what I want. I want to, make a life for myself that feels good to me and allows me to be of service to others and myself, and offers new opportunities and excitement and adventure, and a space for me to make the work that I want to make in the world and do the things I want to do in the world. And I know what I want, and I'm not confused about it at all anymore. So if that sounds like something good to you and you want to, be on the same space with me, or you can, if that's possible, that's cool. And if not, that's also okay, because I feel this connection. It's always something I'm going to feel within me. It's a higher level connection that I have with your energy. But quite honestly, I don't need a physical incarnation of it in order to have the life I'm dreaming of. I used to think I did, but now I realize I don't. And if I have one, cool. And if I don't, also cool. And you got to do what's best for you, and fixing this chaos that you have right now, which has nothing to do with me. You made your own chaos, right? That you made your own bed, and you have to lie in it now. I was not a part of that. That's been the problem. I've not been a part of it. So it's not my mess to clean up. So you do your thing, and I'll be here doing my thing. And, I'll either be available or I won't, because I'm not just going to put my life on hold for you anymore. Okay. So let's finish up the oracles for divine feminine and masculine energy. First, let's see what they would say to each other. So first up, the feminine would say, hey, time to let go. Doesn't disappoint. She does not disappoint ever. So this is the message. This isn't what she would say. For divine tune-in, this is her advice from the divine. Divine feminine. Endings lead to new beginnings. And I mean, we got the Death card and the Fool card. So you don't get more endings leading to new beginnings than that. This is confirming the divine feminine's intuition about that. Endings lead to beginnings, and death is part of life. So Groundhog Spirit is here to let you know that it is time to accept the natural ending of something that is no longer serving you. We love to hold on to what is familiar, but the new needs space to arrive so growth can occur. When Groundhog Spirit appears, it is a sign that there is something in your present situation that you need to let go of, so that something new can be born, something that will far better serve you now. When the groundhog sees his shadow, he retreats to his den. So too might you yearn for a little more time to say goodbye and transition into the new. However, change is coming, and it is good. So let go of your resistance. Spring brings many blessings, and what must die will always be reborn in a new form that will be right for you. Life requires change and detachment. Say farewell to whatever once served you and get ready for something amazing to take its place. Spirit is already sending it your way. Oh, ye feminine energy, could you embrace this, please? Embrace the truth of that card. Your life will be so amazing if you can. Masculine energy, this is your advice from Dove Spirit. So somebody who has a lot of chaos and confusion and fear and anxiety, they definitely need peace. So not surprising that Dove Spirit is here to bring peace. It is number 21. With her peaceful cooing, the gentle Dove Spirit invites you to embrace the energy of peace and allow compassion to warm your heart. You always have the power to generate peace within you, and the appearance of Dove Spirit is a reminder that today and every day is a good day to meditate, to quiet any turbulence within as you embody tranquility. Above, below, and all around you, much may be happening to distract you, but you are called to engage it with the heart of a peacemaker, asking yourself, what would peace do? Can you agree to disagree? The peace you seek rises within and spreads out into the world as Spirit sends her messenger to remind you of the beauty of a harmonious existence with all that is. How beautiful and powerful is your compassionate heart. So divine masculine, be peace. Do what peace would do. Bring peace to yourself. Bring peace to the situation. Communicate. There is this fear that communication will bring chaos. And it is a fear. It is an illusion. Communication is what will bring peace. Divine feminine. Nothing good comes without hard work and dedication, but rest right now. Okay? So you have been working really hard, and your future is more work, but it's also telling you to take it one step at a time here with this page of coins. I'm not going to move to Tangier tomorrow. It's going to take quite a while to get into the space of being an expatriate. I have to pay off debts in America. There's some things I have to do over the next, couple of years that will bring me to a point where I'm actually able to move. And I could look at that and be like, oh, I have all this work ahead of me. But it's actually resting and making sure I am rested and peaceful as well myself, that will allow me to have the energy to do what needs to be done to get where I need to go. So the feminine energy has been just really working hard, doing the healing, doing the journaling, doing the, like you have just been doing the most, trying to be, change your mindset and all the affirmations and be a lucky girl and be a boss bitch and all these things. And you are already these things. Just by your intention, you are becoming these things one step at a time. And so just allow yourself some rest. You have worked really hard, and your spirit team is just begging you to allow them to do some of the work now. Divine Masculine, you are getting purpose and success. So if you can get very focused on what your purpose is, you will be successful here. You have this spirit of success about you. It is driving you. You had a lot of orange in this reading. And you just need to remember what your true purpose is. Your true purpose is not just to be materially successful in this world. It's to have the spirit of success within you, spiritually and materially. And that includes the fulfillment of all of your dreams and wishes, not just one aspect of self, one outcome. So know your purpose, find your purpose, and let that drive you. And your purpose is something that's going to be, that you're going to feel within you. Divine Feminine sign for this week is the yin yang balance. This is Temperance energy. It is number 4 in my Signs of the Times Oracle by Crystal Banner. This is a new deck. I love this deck. I highly recommend it. The yin-yang symbol represents duality in all aspects of life. Light and darkness, masculine and feminine, the higher self and the shadow self, etc. These are all seemingly opposite, but they are complementary and interconnected. The duality of this symbol is that although its origins are divine, in popular culture it represents both the spiritual and the secular. You do not have to choose one over the other. The yin-yang symbol displayed as a charm on a necklace is a reminder to embrace and recognize all parts of yourself, including the hidden or unseen aspects. Embrace your own duality and the way you express yourself. The universe is a chaotic yet finely tuned machine that always seeks to balance itself out. You should too. The additional meanings are: express all aspects of yourself, embrace your spirituality, let go of anything weighing you down. That's the second time you got a let go message, and change your perspective. Divine Masculine, your sign for this week is the anchor, stability. And there is an anchor right behind me on the wall, right there. And it says, actually, people sometimes ask me what that anchor says. It says, I refuse to sink. And someone painted that for me because they said that is who I was to them. She was actually a teenager who came and worked for the family that I lived with. And she was just such a bright light. And I was moving from that household into an apartment in Los Angeles. And as my parting gift, she gave me that painting to take with me. And she said, she'd only known me a short while. And she was like, I just feel that you are a person who will never, ever be down for long. You will just always refuse to sink. And that really means a lot to me. So that's why I have the anchor there behind me. Stability and security are essential in your life at this time. You are feeling grounded, calm, and comfortable, which is reflected in your finances, home life, work, and personal relationships. So we know the Divine Masculine is not feeling that way. So this is when he sees this anchor, this is a sign that he is entering into this energy. There is a tremendous mental ease that comes with knowing those areas of your life are solid. If you have been working to achieve a goal, the rewards will come in the form of stability. This sign can also represent feeling safe and protected from outside elements, which can include people, places, or things, even if the waves roll and shake things up. You are confident in your position and your strength. The tricky thing about anchors is that as much as they provide a stable foundation, they can also create a dynamic of complacency. You can end up stuck, tethered to what is familiar and safe, and miss opportunities to take risks and grow. Continue to check in with yourself to ensure your desire for stability doesn't end up holding you back. That's a huge one for the masculine. The additional meanings are a stable job or love offer is coming, financial stability, feeling comfortable about your current place in life, desire for security could be clouding your judgment, and holding yourself back by clinging to what is predictable. Damn. All right. Get it, Divine Masculine. Get the message. Divine Feminine, your self-care activity this week is sing, number 45. And remember, you have, every time you see these readings, you have 2 assignments. You have 2 signs. You have 2 symbols. So the yin yang and the anchor are your symbols. The self-care activities, both of the activities are recommended. One is for your feminine side of self. The other is recommended for your masculine side of self. If you're a person who is constantly in the masculine energy, doing, giving, taking action, then you might need to rest more this week. You might need to just sing instead of, being the person that's going out and doing the thing. So, feel out your own energy where you are, whichever side resonated with you more. And, you got the yin yang card. So for you, it might actually be good to make sure you're doing both activities and balancing more in your life. So the mantra for this sing card is, what the heck? Oh, it's the wrong book. I was like, where is that card? Not in that deck, so good luck with finding it. Okay, here we go. The mantra is, my voice uplifts all who hear it. And the journal prompt that you might want to explore this week is, what are your favorite song lyrics right now, and how does hearing them make you feel? Your mantra for the masculine side, we've got positive affirmations. So this is really doing those affirmations, saying them, thinking them, working on shifting into that mindset. The mantra is, I speak to myself with love and compassion and extend it to all those I meet. The journal prompt is, what thought patterns are preventing me from being positive at all times when speaking to myself? So that really resonates with the TikTok reading I did about rejection for the masculine. All right, that concludes the Divine Tune-In for this week. I will now move over to doing personal readings here on TikTok. Thank you to those of you who stayed through this whole reading. Please go take advantage of all of the different ways to support my channel, including leaving donations, booking private readings, purchasing the spreads that I have available, or the virtual retreat. There's also a survey. I forgot to tell you this, and somebody did the survey, and I actually still need to send them a reading. So I apologize if I haven't sent your reading yet, but you did the survey. There is a membership feedback form on Tuned In Tarot page. If you fill that form out and leave your email, I will send you a 1-card reading when I get a chance to do it. And it will just be a general reading, whatever the energy comes out for you. But that membership feedback form is going to help me design a membership program that really is a reflection of what people who want to be a part of my site really want to see in terms of content and everything. So please go click that membership feedback form to let me know what it is that you desire for me to do, what kind of exclusive content you want access to. And there's a bunch of different ideas in there, and then you can send feedback about any ideas that you have. Or any, if you're already a member, any, complaints or any changes you would like to see happen. It's your chance to speak up and let me know. I have not had very many people respond when I sent the email. I just think people don't get emails. So I'm doing it this way instead, which is just letting you know on lives and through my video content that feedback form is there. And I really do need as much feedback as possible to design the membership program and make it fun for everybody. So thank you, everybody. I will see you on Wednesday, hopefully. If not Wednesday, then hopefully Friday. Take care and have a great week. I'm off tomorrow, but I will be on TikTok live on Wednesday again. So I will see you then.